Julian, my handsome Julian Patrick Swayze. You were so fucking sexy in Roadhouse, fucking Dirty Dancing.
Hello and welcome to episode 73 of Critical Strike. I'm Kyle Dumond, and with me, as always, is Josh McNell.
No, I'm Kyle Dumond.
No, you can't be. And guest starring Bill Haberman of the For Your FYI podcast.
Good job, Kyle.
I got your last name right?
Close enough.
Fuck. Haberman. Is it Haberman?
Haberman.
It's either or. Half my family says both. That doesn't really matter, buddy.
It's alright. Good job, sir.
I mean, Dumond.
No, it's very different.
Who posted a YouTube link in the comments?
I did because I was slamming my head against the keyboard. I don't even know how that happened.
Well, apparently your head just went right for Control V.
I wasn't even hitting that side of the keyboard.
You have a very talented head. It can do many things.
Apparently.
Just like my bowels.
don't
Alright,
like
so,
where this is
you know
going.
what? We're back. It's been a long time since we've actually sat down and did an episode. And, come on now, we got Bill.
Yes, we do.
It's been a long time since we had Bill on, since the famous G4 episode.
I don't know how you sucked me into this.
I don't know either,
G4
but
episode?
I actually always like having you on. It always seems that like we have more fun when you're on.
Yeah.
Mainly because you and I just team up against Kyle.
Oh, I don't like getting double teamed.
Have you ever been double?
That's not what the glowy things say.
You prexy faggot.
Oh, we can't start that. I promise, Carl, no pop shit for me anymore.
But you do it the best.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, together we turned him into a terrible racist.
yeah, pop is really fun though. It would be the worst if your actual family ever heard one of your podcasts. You know, as they're out, what was it, searching for disgruntled adolescents?
Yeah.
And they were to come across your show and hear what you've turned your grandfather into. Oh.
All you can hear is his mom from downstairs going, Carl, why is your grandfather a racist?
Why does my mom sound like an old man?
Well, you know.
I don't hate pixies, you faggot. Oh, gosh.
Your mom does sound like an old man, Carl.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm glad to help you guys out, though. It's fun.
Yeah.
Listening to Kyle not know how to work a mouse. Josh is having bowel problems. I'm eating cookies. It's all good times.
I knew how to work the mouse. It just wasn't configured properly.
What did you have the middle button programmed as?
Well, initially, stock, it was programmed to go into a windowed mode, which I hated. And then I disabled it, and then I had it do other things because I didn't know what I was doing, and then I figured out it should be set to middle click.
Why don't you go into reference of what actually happened? Like, all right, Carl is trying to play Magicka.
For the fourth time, and I stopped playing because I couldn't cast a spell because spells are set to the middle button of a mouse, which mine didn't work because it kept windowing the program. Because that's what it did as a default. So then I never played Magicka.
Ever again. Until I brought it up today.
Until you brought it up, and I'm like, maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe if I reconfigure the mouse. Except I reconfigured it wrong. Several times.
He's asking us, what should I set it to? Click button? Scroll wheel? Scroll up? Scroll down?
How about middle button?
Know. I think click button's kind of what you want to go with.
I hate you guys.
Kyle.
Carl.
Getting me all salty.
Wow. All right, so we're back. We're doing it live. All right. So I did it first last time, Carl. Guess who gets it this time?
Yay, me.
You get it.
For some reason, I took to playing Minecraft really hard since the last time we recorded. Like, that's pretty much all I've been doing in my spare time is playing Minecraft, and I don't know why.
Well, they have really released a lot of good updates.
Yep,
I mean,
they have.
We stopped playing, I would say, around, what, like August?
When everyone was immortal.
Yeah, I would say it was like August or September.
Yeah. Because it was still hot outside, because I remember sitting in the same chair for 6-7 hours at a time, sweating.
Yeah. And the world then was really static. Like, even Bill referenced on the show that, like, there weren't many trees, and we didn't have the biomes then. And so it just felt very plain. Like, there wasn't even a day and night cycles when we stopped.
Right at the tail end it was.
Yeah, I thought you had it set. There was day and night, but you had it set that no monsters spawned or something like that.
Well, for the longest time, there weren't day and night cycles. And then we stopped playing, and they came out with the whole Nether stuff, and then all this other stuff, and finally we got back, or you got back into it, which thus pulled me back into it, and I pulled Pete and Arne back into it, and yeah.
Yeah, I will say, Kyle, that your castle is quite impressive. I logged in
one?
The one night right by the spawn point I hopped in.
Yeah.
You've clearly been in there for many hours. Long enough for Pete to build you a statue flipping you off.
That was great, because I was so angry. It's because I think I found out that I was going to be completely fucked in the month of May at my job, which I am. And then I was all angry, and then I logged on, and then there was that big statue just flipping me off.
And I convinced
so
him to put
hard.
Pete on the chest.
That's honestly what really gave it away. It's the middle finger and then Pete in glowing letters.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I had never played with enemies, and so when I hopped in, I just died over and over and over, and I didn't know what was happening, and it's a different Minecraft world for sure.
Well, it's pretty awesome though. I mean, I've been playing a lot too, since Carl got us back into it, and I've mainly just been exploring because there's so much more to see now because of the biomes and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And like walking around and going from a snow biome to desert to, oh my god, now I'm in a really deep forest where I should probably show this to Bill so we can make a tree fort.
Mm-hmm. Tree forts.
It's so neat though. Like everything is completely different than how it was when we last played it, and it's nice. It is really nice. Except for Carl, his buildings suck.
Oh.
The best part though is now that they've added tameable wolves.
Yeah, to me,
Fuck
the
those
idea
wolves.
of you sneaking up and sicking your wolf on him is just, I still just chuckle about it when I think, just random times, I just think about Kyle somewhere on the interwebs is running away from your wolf.
He ran away from one of them for like a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then it stopped following me, so Josh was like, oh, I guess they have like a stop, like a set time limit or something, and I started walking back, and then I got mauled to death by 5 wolves.
You have 5 wolves?
Yeah, I had 5.
What?
Yeah.
Why do
I
you
had
just keep the one in the cave then?
I had
You're an
well, I
asshole.
killed those ones. I had a pack of wolves at one time, and I just sent them after Kyle. It was great.
Yeah, that's all he did for about an hour was just freaking ruin me with wolves.
And then teleport him back and then kill him again.
In my day, we didn't run from wolves, you fag.
Why didn't you just fly away, Carl? Spread your pixie
man.
wings and go.
It is probably the best $10 ever spent on a video game, though.
Oh yeah, with the amount of time that we've all put into this, Jesus Christ.
I wonder if in the future if they're going to put in any kind of, little people and villages where there's like random quests or things like that. Like you could almost turn it into like a Zelda-style game if you really wanted to.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's probably a mod that already does that.
Well, and they did announce that they're going to be doing official mod support, so we'll see what we get. But yeah, there's so much that they can do. Right now, it's just a completely open book. I like it.
You could do a lot of things with it.
I think we can think of a way to make a capture the flag game like Pete was talking about.
Yeah. In theory, that sounds great, but it's just going to devolve into mayhem. Kyle will break a rule, then Josh will. Then I'll just blow up part of your castle.
Yeah, that's part of the fun, Bill.
Yeah, Josh just gives everybody full inventory of TNT.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, we would have to create like a separate world, separate from what we have now, because I don't want to damage that one up like we did the other one.
Well, the other one wasn't. Well, yeah, it did get all effed up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, dude. We blew up an entire mountain.
Yeah, that was so much fun, though. I can still remember sitting there with Carl as you and Pete are stacking TNT above us, just like sealing us into our own fates.
We made a little TNT coffin.
Oh, that was so cool.
But that's back when you couldn't die, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other
dying was
thing.
probably the best part.
Yeah, it almost is more fun when you could just do whatever you want, but I don't know. Good with the bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much Minecraft has taken over my life. I was trying to play Red Dead Revolver or Red Dead Redemption. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
I can play more Minecraft.
you never started that?
Oh, I'm like I'm a few hours into it. I like it. It's just,
We'll see.
Minecraft.
Yeah. We'll see.
So since I got Red Dead Redemption, I'm like, I can't play two open world RPG type games in the same sitting. So I sent back.
Too confusing for Dumont.
Oh, it's too time consuming. So I sent back Fallout New Vegas, and I'm like, I'll get back to it. And then Vanquish came into the mail. I'm like, oh man.
Oh, cool.
Could slide on robot knees and shoot people, but that game's really hard.
Really?
I'm getting my ass kicked in it.
I think you're like the only person I've ever heard who said it's hard.
I think there's just so much going on, and I kind of lose focus.
Yeah.
And then a robot comes and punches me in the face, and then I run away, and then it just keeps happening.
What difficulty are you playing it on?
I don't know. I think I might be on hard.
I just want to.
This game's so hard. What difficulty are you playing it on? Hard?
I just want to see a robot come randomly running up to Carl, punching him in the face, saying "fuck you," and then taking off.
Oh, that's what they do. Because they've got like swords on the bottom of their guns, so they fuck you up, and then everything gets all slow, and you start wailing on people with your guns.
Wow.
Is the story at least funny enough to watch the cutscenes? Kinda.
Right now, I'm trying to figure out if it's being serious or being terrible in a joking manner.
Isn't this the game that everybody said was like the Japanese Gears of War?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got like this old haggard guy, and he's part robot, and then there's you, the slim young guy who constantly smokes. Every cutscene he's in, he's smoking a brand new cigarette.
Yeah, but any game that has people smoking, I kind of like that. I think it's funny.
Yeah. But, like, that's all he does when you see him is he's smoking a cigarette. I don't know where he pulls them out. He doesn't have pockets in his robot suit. But you've got the gruff old guy who's like, hey, you should stop doing that thing because I'm the commanding officer guy and I've got a robot arm and a big gun.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with like StarCraft with what's his name who was sealed in the suit and couldn't. He wasn't allowed to be removed out of it, and he was always smoking a cigar in his suit.
I should go back to StarCraft 2.
StarCraft
I forgot
2?
about
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't play that. I sort of did. But yeah, it's really fun though. I'm really liking it. But I keep getting pulled back to Minecraft.
I imagine it's cheap at this point. I have some GameFly cash dollars sitting around. I should just try and buy it.
Yeah, I'd rent it. I mean, it's $15 or $16 or something like that. I don't think.
You who says The Witcher isn't worth 10?
Yeah.
I just said it's not worth buying. Rent it.
I know, but $15 when I take 5 off, $10. There's too many games coming out. I can't sacrifice a GameFly slot, which is why I've never played it.
Don't play it. It's that simple.
All right.
Because it's Two Worlds 2 for you guys. I don't.
Oh God.
I don't want to
Wait a
recommend it, and you
minute.
go,
Whoa.
this game is fucking terrible, and then I'll feel really bad because you spent real money on it.
Two Worlds 2 is really bad, though, Kyle. Josh, do you still have that? Oh, you don't sell games. You still
Yeah,
have it.
I still have it.
Have you tried putting it back in at any point?
No, but every couple of days, when I turn my PS3 on, I'll get a notification of it downloaded a new patch.
It's just a reminder of a terrible mistake. They just release patches to remind you.
It's just like, see what happens when you listen to Billy and Pete? This is
Yeah.
what you get.
Well, it could have been good, right?
Well, maybe it's good now that they've patched it
There's no fixing.
50 times.
There's no relief to that pain.
Yeah,
There is no God.
The combat was really bad.
It was a good-looking game, too.
Yeah.
But, like, the best part yet was when you were in a conversation and then the music would cut out and then the voices would cut out.
No, for me the best part was the monkeys that throw rocks like lasers, because apparently gravity doesn't affect them. So you could be a quarter mile away and get pegged with a laser shot rock thrown by a baboon on the coast. That was quality.
Maybe those monkeys are just really good at throwing rocks.
No, it's no good. Let's not open that wound again.
So Vanquish is Kyle's Two Worlds 2, basically.
No. That's not what I'm
No,
saying.
he said
at
he's
all.
enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm saying it's fun. I just don't want people to regret. I don't want him or Bill to regret a purchase.
Yeah,
For
but-
$10 though, I mean, I'll at least get some enjoyment out of it.
But what if you won't?
Well, then Pop
What if
Pop
you
will probably
won't?
leave some more voicemails.
Oh God, not Pop Pop.
Why are these robots sliding on their fucking knees?
But that's the best part. You like do a quarter of a mile like rocket boosted slide kick, and then you punch a robot in the face. It's awesome.
Yeah, see, all of it sounds good. I just have never gotten to it.
Yeah, there was a lot of games that came out around. Didn't like Enslaved and all these other ones come out around the same time?
Yeah. Well, to me, like the best part about Vanquish just looked like it can just turn into complete mayhem, where there's just nuts, shots and lights and smoking and mechs and explosions and guns, just in this big swirl of Japanese awesome.
That's a bullet point
that's
I want on
actually
my
what it
box art.
is.
Smoking.
Well, it's cool, Josh. Because in like 10 years, that kind of stuff's just not going to be there anymore. Like a kid might pick that up, and he'll be like, "What's he doing there?" Oh, that's called smoking. What? People lit things on fire and then breathed them in? That's fucking retarded.
It's like using toilet paper. Now we use
The seashells.
That bothered me that they never explained how that worked. There's like a website
You're not alone.
that attempted to figure out how the three shells worked.
What?
I saw like what this guy came up with is you essentially use two of the shells to pull the crap out of your ass, and then use the third one to like scrape yourself clean.
I always
I'll
just
tell
thought it was a button that turned on the bidet. People
little
actually
robot
think you're
arm comes out
scraping,
with shells.
scraping your ass with seashells.
That's what he came up with.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I'm just saying what the website came up with. I'm not saying that's what it does. It probably does turn on a bidet.
I just assumed there were like 3 steps, like buttons, you know?
I'll tell you what, Carl. At the end of the episode, I'll let you know how it works.
Wait, what's the third step? There's wash and dry.
No. Apparently to you, there's scrape, then wash, then dry. Ooh, you know what the third step could be? Perfume.
Ah. What, can you ask for new car?
Oh, new ass smell.
I want my ass to smell like a newborn baby.
I want my ass to smell like Sylvester Stallone. He has badass.
Wow.
Well, he was. Now I want to watch Cliffhanger.
Now I
watch
want to watch
Cliffhanger.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Did either of you guys watch that 80s superhero conglomerate movie?
Yes.
No.
That was such a letdown. They tried to take themselves seriously, and it did not work. It was bad.
They're making a Replacements 2.
Shut up, really?
Yep. They are indeed.
Well, maybe Van Damme will get his day.
I think they're actually putting Van Damme in there.
Oh, man. I watched Lionheart the other day on Netflix. So good.
That's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Cool. That movie's terrible.
Fucking Lionheart. King of the jungle.
Lionheart?
Yeah.
He was
I'm
like
confusing. I must be confusing it with Dragonheart with Sean Connery.
Yes. A lot. Lionheart's a movie about some, like, Foreign Legion soldier that ends up here with no job, and he starts street fighting to make money, and it's
He
bad.
finds a really awesome black dude named Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes him around and fights for money so he can go help his brother's wife and daughter because he got killed.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that Mark Wahlberg movie, Sniper, without the guns.
It's kind of like that Mark Wahlberg movie, Fear, where he gives you nothing but good vibrations.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
I can't believe you haven't seen Lionheart.
No, it's a rarity. Does it have Jean-Claude Van Damme in it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Then
that's the
that
peak
must
of
be
him.
the only Jean-Claude Van Damme movie that I have not seen.
Oh, man.
I
All
advise you to watch it with Nancy.
Why?
Just because. There's lots of dudes without their shirts on, so she'll at least, be able to sit through it. So you can giggle and laugh. It'll be a good time.
I don't know if I want to punch you or fuck you.
What?
You gotta watch it, dude.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just watch Surviving the Game instead.
I watched
That's
that
an
the other day,
awesome
too.
movie.
What's
That's a fantastic movie.
Surviving the Game? I don't know if I remember that one.
It's got Ice-T, and he's a bum. A bunch of rich dudes find him, and they let him be their travel guide until they start hunting him.
Isn't Gary
Busey?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's classic. Doesn't he have dreadlocks on that one or something?
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
No, not Gary Busey.
No.
Now I want to
Ice-T.
see Gary Busey with dreadlocks. But Gary Busey goes on like that 5-minute rant of how his father wanted to make him a man, and so he got his dog to attack him, and he had to fight the dog to the death.
My dad took out a pocket full of cherry bombs and put them in my hand and said, "Get in the corral. Here's a lighter. I want you to light those cherry bombs and throw them at the prince. You're going to face manhood. You're going to fight that dog to the death. He's going to kill you, or you're going to kill him. Now!" Boom! Ah! He was on me. He was on me like flies on shit. Had no chance. I got my arm up between his teeth and my neck. Whomp, went down in the mud, rolled over. That dog is fighting and biting and scratching and kicking, and I'm screaming and crying. I'm grabbing him around the head. I stand up, fall with my weight on it. Here's neck break.
Yeah, it's probably one of the worst moments in Hollywood history. It's just terrible.
All right, so anyways, Vanquish.
Yeah, probably should cut all of that.
Good times. Rent it. I wouldn't recommend buying it because I don't know if you like it. But anyway, that's what I've been up to. Minecraft. Josh, go. Take it away.
You got another one on your list there.
I only played one of the DLCs, not all of it.
All right.
Which
when
one
I
did you
wrote
play?
that, I played Overlord.
I haven't played that one.
When I wrote this up, I had planned to play the other DLCs, and then I started playing Minecraft.
All right, well, we're going to let Bill go next.
Oh,
Me? My name's not on that list.
Oh, it's going. It's happening.
it's probably going to write Billy the Faggot or something like that.
I've been playing with the Roku that I bought because Josh said it was great, and he was right. It's really, really great.
Yeah, I love the Roku.
I kind of wish that I wouldn't have got the, because there's a $60, $80, and $100 version, and I bought the $100 one for the USB port. And when I plug in the big hard drive, it's pretty sluggish and slow. So I don't know if I'll ever even use that aspect of it. So if I was going to tell someone to buy something, I'd probably say the $80 one's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's really great. Just with
What's the
what?
What's the difference between the three? The USB port comes with the $100 one. What's the difference between the 60 and the 80?
I think the $60 one only exports to 720p, and there's something else, like it doesn't have it won't accept the adapter to use components, so it just has HDMI and the yellow, and then the next step up, you can buy an adapter to use the red, green, and blue.
Oh, okay.
But it's this tiny little device. It uses no power. It runs Netflix flawlessly. Hulu's a little sluggish, but that's just because that's their app they designed. But
Yeah.
just for streaming news, like the fact that I can just click the BBC or Al Jazeera or CNN or Democracy Now! And they're all just playing, I mean, it's invaluable to me just for that.
And there's a shitload of channels for it.
Yeah, I mean, their app store, it doesn't list them all, which is kind of annoying. You have to go out and search them out, but it's not like it's the end of the world. Actually, It's kind of like a fun little treasure hunt. The
Yep.
Roku mini game.
I mean, and it's got Crunchyroll, which is big for me because I like to watch a lot of anime.
Yeah.
And,
None of the good ones.
and no good ones.
Oh.
Like Gurren Lagann.
I do like Gurren Lagann.
But,
You
no,
know,
it's a really nice device.
the weirdest thing about it, though, Josh, is what is up with these little tabs? These little, like, cloth, nylon, Roku tags.
I don't know.
What the fuck kind of design choice was that? It's my it's the only complaint I have about it.
But it's on the remote.
And the box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought about-
I'm gonna sear it off. I'm gonna heat up like a knife and then just cut right off and have the nylon melt right back to the device.
Yeah, I thought about taking them off too. Because to me, it would be like ripping the tag off of a mattress. You're not supposed to do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Well,
Yeah.
you're allowed to if you're the owner.
Yeah.
If you actually read the tag, it says "Do not tear off unless you own the mattress."
Wait, are those tags actually on mattresses?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Well, wow. I never actually even looked for one.
Yeah, Kyle, these little tabs on this device is the kind of thing that would probably send you off the deep end.
I get it, and I look at the tag, and then you just see me on a bell tower the next day.
Well,
Fuck you, Roku!
it just doesn't make sense.
And then there's Pop Pop on the bottom. Get your pixie streaming ass down here, you faggot!
You couldn't hit a fly, you faggot.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know the Roku though. I it's wonderful. Frona seems to really be loving it, and it's great for us because we don't have cable. So once you just chalk on some channels, we were watching like different cooking shows that just show up there, and yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Fuck Time Warner.
Yeah, and really, like, with all the game purchases I do on Amazon, like, I'll get, like, a $2 credit or a $5 credit or whatever, so, like, I'm buying and renting movies through it. They totally have me by the balls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool little device. And it seems like you can pretty much do whatever you want to do, where that's like with the Apple TV, I think you have to jailbreak it to get it to do a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
If it even does in certain cases, but...
Well, that's why you have the apps or channels that don't show up on the store, because there are a bunch of they don't want to advertise, like the all 1080p porn one.
What?
There's an all 1080p porn channel.
What are you talking about?
I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah.
There's Sunday afternoon.
Frona comes back, you're just a sweaty mess. This Roku's intense.
Bill, you look like you've lost 20 pounds. What happened?
I'm glad I got
really
the
sick.
1080p one, Frona. You can really get up in there.
Why are you surrounded by tissues? I'm really sick.
Yeah. Other than that, Portal 2, Motorstorm. I'll leave Motorstorm for Joshy. Portal 2, everybody knows it's great. There's not much more to say about it that you haven't heard already.
I've only done like the intro segment where it's not even really spoiling much, but I have to say it is fucking hilarious.
And it gets a lot funnier too. I mean, the campaign, yeah, it is just kind of more of the same from the first game, but they do enough to break it up in this one, and the comedy, I'd stick with it. I was hitting spots right before we recorded this that it's pretty great, man. It really is.
I just want to do the co-op.
So do I, but that'll happen maybe next week.
Yeah. At least I got to sync up with Steam. I love the Steam integration in it.
Well, I love that
version.
it's not a clunky mess. Like, you just hit select, and there is everyone. And because you and I were chatting on Steam messaging through the PS3 faster than you can message through the PS3.
Yeah, I was on my
Really?
PC and you were on the PS3.
Yeah. I mean, and it worked flawlessly. It was just instantaneous, kind of like the Microsoft Messenger works on the Xbox. It's just like that. Like, Sony needs to just somehow incorporate that into everything. Because it's really great. It's so much better than theirs.
They need to have PlayStation 4 with Valve.
Yes.
So PSN is all Steam. That would be
a
awesome.
glorious day.
With voice messaging by Skype.
Yes. Well, Skype just needs to be. I mean, it was on the PSP. I mean, if they came out and finally said, "Hey, the PSN's back," but we're bringing Skype. We're not giving anyone anything, but we're going to bring Skype. Yeah, everything just suddenly smooths over.
People are going to forget about it anyways.
Yeah.
That's just how people are.
Oh, well.
So
That's about it.
Wow. That was a really sad list.
I know, but I've been working a lot, and that's just the way it goes.
At least you got the Roku and you're enjoying it. And I think Arne would love it.
You know, if they when the new model comes out, I wish the remote was Bluetooth so that I could just tuck it away.
Can't you? I think you can use your phone as a remote too for it. I believe.
Yeah, I haven't went through any of that, but I'd like to just have it hidden behind the entertainment center so you never even know it's there, like it's just part of the TV or something, you know?
With a little purple nylon flap.
Yeah. Such a stupid design choice.
Right.
I'm going to look up images of this remote so I can know what you guys are talking about.
Well, when you see it you think it's just maybe like a little like shipping sticker, like they're putting this purple Roku thing on there so that way you see the brand before you hook it all up. No, it's like a nylon molded into the devices and the remote. It's really weird.
Oh, wow, that is really weird.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Well, it's good for pulling the battery container off on the remote, but other than that,
you don't really need it though.
yeah.
That's so ugly.
It's dumb, Kyle. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna sear it off.
Why don't they just imprint it on the fucking remote?
I don't know.
Oh, God. I'm looking at it,
Yeah, there's no way that it doesn't increase cost to make the device putting these two things on here. It's a design choice.
it doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Do you not know? All right. So yeah, I've been playing Sanctum on Steam lately.
What is Sanctum?
It's a game that I thought that was going to be perfect for Pete, and he absolutely loves it. So it's kind of a weird but really unique mix of tower defense meets first-person shooter.
Interesting.
So it uses the Unreal Engine, and basically it's a complete 3D world where you can run around and place blocks, kind of like it's a open world tower defense game, like what the fuck is that? Field Runners, and you get to lay out the path of where the creeps are gonna go in this game, rather than they just follow a set path. So you get to make the path, you get to lay out all your weapons and everything else, and then once you do that, you start the wave, the creeps start coming at you, you now have weapons you can shoot with on your own. So your towers are shooting the creeps, and on top of that you have a normal assault weapon, a sniper rifle, and a weapon that can slow down time, which kind of like freezes the creeps, which you can do in front of your towers. And so like the creeps start coming out, you instantly switch to your sniper rifle and you're picking them off as they're coming out of their tunnel. And now they're stuck in your maze, you freeze them, and then your towers are now picking them off while you're shooting them with your sniper rifle or assault rifle. It's really neat. And it's fucking hard. This game is brutally hard, especially on co-op. Pete and I tried co-op last weekend, and I think we only made it to like wave 6 or 7, and he's already beaten the game on single player. So like co-op is just ungodly hard.
So he's a huge tower defense fan now. So when I asked him about it, he's like, "Oh yeah, you'd have a great time. Like if I just want to hop in and shoot stuff and not have to deal with any of the tower defense stuff, is it fun?"
Yeah, I think because when I played with him, I had a blast. He's like, okay, Pete is the tower defense strategist. That's what he does. He loves that stuff. I'm horrible at tower defense, but he handled laying out the maze, where to put the towers, upgrading the towers, and what I did with my resources is he had me upgrade my weapons. So like I'm upgrading my sniper rifle, my assault rifle, and that way I can just pick off all the creeps as they're coming down, and he's handling everything else. Unless he asked me, hey, you got enough resources to upgrade this lightning cannon, and so I would do it. But
so pretty much you were just his monkey.
Pretty much, yeah. I was Pete's bitch.
Me.
But it was a lot of fun, and they're making it so it's going to be 4-player co-op.
Yeah, that's the best part about it, at least from the way I look at it. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's a really cheap game. It was only like $10, but I bought
That's too much for Kyle.
Yep.
The Witcher's $10. This game's like 50 hours. Fuck that.
Back in my day, we burned witches. Oh man.
This game looks like Fable 3. No, it's just a really unique mixture that you didn't think would work, because other games have tried it, and like Pete mentioned Monday Night Combat, which I never really thought as a tower defense game, which for some reason he did, or he thought it was going to be like that. But Monday Night Combat to me is more Team Fortress meets like the over-the-top atmosphere of Smash TV.
Sure. So
this is just really unique. It's so cool. I actually really like it, and the music reminds me of that PSN and Steam game Shatter. So it's got really cool music as well. Definitely worth the $10. There's only 3 stages right now, but they're going to be adding more. And since it's on the Unreal Engine, you got to assume there's going to be like user-made maps and mods and all this other stuff.
Well, conveniently you skip over it, but you did buy it for Pete to kind of talk him back from the ledge, and it seems to have worked. It came at like the perfect time.
Yeah. Well, for the 2-pack, it was $24. That's not that bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's an awesome game. I think you would like it a lot. I would definitely wait, though, for them to make the co-op easier like they're planning to do.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, with Pete's mind, we totally failed.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that Pete could get upset if we weren't pulling our weight and we were just sitting there shooting each other in the faces.
Well, I like that.
Because you can also get on top of the cannons, the towers in this, and shoot the creeps from below.
That's awesome.
I kept falling off, and so when the creeps hit you, they like knock you around, and so I'm being bounced left and right between Pete's maze as the creeps are running into me, and I couldn't do anything at that point because as the wave is going through, I'm just being pushed with them, like I'm being trampled. It was actually kind of neat. And the best part is when you fail and your core gets destroyed, all the creeps have top hats on.
That is kind
What?
of neat.
Well, top hats make everything better, Carl.
But you lost.
I know, but top hats make everything better.
Doesn't make losing better. It makes losing worse.
No way.
Would it make it better if Josh's wolves ate you with
No.
top hats on?
No,
I kind of think it would.
I would not take solace in that.
Yeah.
No. What if my wolves, they could actually speak while they were wearing top hats, and everything they said had backwards N's and R's?
Oh gosh.
I hate you, Josh.
All right. Other than that, I picked up Crisis 2 on the PC as well.
It still seems such a weird buy. Kyle, do you agree? It's like, you bought what?
I didn't think that anyone actually played Crisis.
The first Crisis was pretty cool.
What are those games even about?
The second one's really great, which he'll get into, but what was the first one on par with this, Josh?
I didn't really play the first one as much as like Pete did, so I don't remember that much about it. I just remember like kind of just messing around with the suit and killing people. So I never really got too much into the story.
Right on.
But the second one is very much so story driven. And you know, Bill's been playing it too, so
Yeah.
but
It's a lot of fun. I forgot
It is.
about that in my list. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
it starts off what was it, like an alien invasion?
Something like that, and you're part of some Marine squad coming to basically ground zero of the attack or the front
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
And then that whole thing goes to shit, and you get pulled to shore because you guys were killed in a bay, and the guy who saved you was wearing the suit, and he actually gets infected by whatever the aliens have, and so he's dying, and he says that you're his only hope to finish the mission, blah, blah. He gives you the suit and then kills himself. And so now you are basically God. And the suit is fucking amazing. I love everything about it. Like the nanovision is awesome.
What's
Like,
that?
Nanovision basically is like it gives you like a temperature gauge of what's around. So like everything that you're looking at, it's kind of like, you know, a human is
Yeah, I was just saying, it's like Predator Vision.
yeah, it's predator vision.
Yeah,
So-
and even when you go into cloak mode, because your suit cloaks like the Predator, Kyle, it makes this little sound that's similar to that.
Yep.
It's pretty
Oh,
awesome.
man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's way awesome. Well, and then the other side of it, you can click out of that if you just want to be badass, and your suit jumps into like armor mode, and so
Yep.
you like clunk and you're heavier as you walk around, but you can take tons and tons more damage.
Yep. And you get like
Nice.
a sprint mode where you can run really fast or you can jump really high. And,
So you're jumping over buildings and shit, and
So your suit changes modes?
yeah.
yep.
I mean, it has extra armor. It has an armor mode where like the Batmobile, all these things just go up over it, and it adds all this extra protection to it. And then you have the stealth mode, which it cloaks like the Predator.
Yep. And it's like an artificial intelligence, so you can hit another button where it overlays like a tactics layout, and you can
Yeah.
see the points of interest, and you can kind of target enemies, so that way they're always lit up red as you're running around from then. And
That is really neat because it tells you like, okay, now if you want to go after these guys head on, this is the best route to go from, or if you want to avoid them, you can go this way, and it always shows you where the guys are.
and you can go all stealth, so you can just creep around and hide and crawl through sewer pipes and just avoid confrontation in areas. It's pretty fun, and
Sounds
it
really
looks
fun.
amazing too.
Yeah, it is a gorgeous game.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
And
best looking games I've seen in a long time.
And it's not just like an on-rail shooter. It's not completely open world, but a lot of the areas you get put into, you have the freedom to move around and do and take on things as you see fit. It's not like forcing you to play in a certain way, and that's the number one reason I end up buying it. Like it's fun.
Yep.
I'll probably go through again on the hardest setting.
And I've been playing pretty much all stealth. So it's just fun to like walk up behind somebody, grab them by the head, and stab them in the throat with a knife, and then like kind of just drop their body and go to the next guy.
Yeah.
And the AI is pretty smart too.
They have their moments, but other times, yeah, it's actually fun to play against them.
Yeah, you can actually end up in a firefight with it, like where they'll duck and cover and like try to flank you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas most games, they just kind of stand there and get shot.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. You should put that one on your queue. It's a good time.
I will. I'll do that right now, in fact.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it on your PC. I mean, even on the consoles, it looks great. But I think on the high-end PC, it would be nuts.
I don't have a high-end PC.
No, but Joshy does.
Well, I guess like the way it works is the high setting on the PC is that like the console setting, and then there's a setting higher than that for PCs, and it looks fucking amazing, dude. It really does.
Huh.
And I'm playing it full blast.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate you.
And I added it to the queue.
And I wish I had like the NVIDIA 3D Vision so I can check it out with that. But I mean, I did play it at PAX with that, so.
Yeah, it's the story is just, take it or leave it. It's nothing to write home about, but it's all just about the gameplay. It's just fun to get into a situation and turn on your stealth, crawl to an area, stab a guy, shoot a few rounds off to get them all moving towards you, go back to stealth, crawl up on top of a vehicle and snipe a couple guys and throw a grenade in the opposite direction, and you just have fun with it. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. I like it a lot. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Motorstorm, which Bill also has.
Yep.
I love Motorstorm. I like that is one of my premier games on the PS3 that I've fallen in love with that series. Mainly because with the first one, the game came out and it was very bland. It didn't have a lot of meat to it.
It wasn't very good.
It was good, but it didn't have a lot of meat to it. But yet they supported it for like a year and a half afterwards with DLC and updates and all this other stuff. So through that, I gained a lot of respect for the developer. And then they came out with Pacific Rift, and that game was godly.
Yeah, that's the holy grail this gen.
Everybody loved Pacific Rift. And then they had the PSP one, Arctic Edge, which I really loved. But Motorstorm Apocalypse is kind of, think split second with like all the destruction and everything, where like buildings are falling around you and all this other stuff, meets Motorstorm, and the fact that you're actually going fast. And it's amazing because there's just chaos all over the place, and you can be a monster truck, a motorcycle, on an ATV, a truck, so there's tons of options of what you can do. And the greatest thing about Motorstorm is there's always like 5 different branching paths that you can take to get to the same end. So you can avoid buildings falling, and you can avoid these certain trucks, you can avoid almost anything, and just race the way that you want to race. It's really neat how they do it. But I know, Bill, you don't really care for it too much.
I don't dislike it. It's just I don't know. There's just a lot of little things that I'm being bitchy about, I suppose is the better way to put it, but it's fun. It's just I don't like the fact that they cut back now to where you can't choose your vehicle. So even though you said yes, there's 12 different vehicle classes, you don't get to choose any of that in the main.
Well, you never could
game.
in a single player.
No, but the last one, you could. The choices would be 1, 2, or 3 different vehicles. So if you were stuck and you didn't want to race the monster truck, you could at least step it down, and maybe you were better with that one. Or if you didn't like the truck, you probably had the option for the rally car.
Yeah.
But now that's gone, and it's just like putting me in an elimination race with a monster truck. I'm not digging it.
See, I loved that.
Yeah, I hated it. It just, there's little things that just, I don't know.
But, that the single player isn't exactly the draw for these games anyways.
No, and that, part of me is that right now that you don't have the other side of it.
Yeah.
So this is the only side I can talk about, but I don't know. It does a lot of things really right, but it does a lot of things where Pete and I were just talking about, why in games, when they have something that works, why do they have to fuck with it? and this is a prime example of why did you fuck with it.
No, see,
It
I
was
welcome
perfect.
this change, though.
Yeah,
I welcome it.
The last game was perfect. You don't fuck with it.
Well, see, I miss like the lush environments that you had in Pacific Rift, but I also love the sheer chaos that this game gives me. So, like, if they did like a merger of the two, that would have been amazing. But this one just works for me. It's a nice evolution of
I think the problem
series.
with this one and the other ones, they felt like tracks and it made sense in those environments. This, I don't think there should ever be laps. I think they should all just be great big point-to-points. And
like,
I would have
Outrun.
something. Because it just, they don't feel like tracks, and you never can see anyone else around you. You never really know where your standing is.
I do.
Well, to a point, but it's I don't know. I just think point-to-point would have worked a lot better in this game compared to just racing the same area over and over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But don't let my sourness make it sound like it's not a good game, because it's damn impressive.
Yeah.
The beachfront race with the rain and the tornado.
Well, I haven't even done that one yet.
Oh, yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, I've heard about it, and I've seen the videos of it. I've seen are amazing, but like Skyline is awesome, where like the buildings are falling around you. And Carl, let me put it like this: you have like a second to kind of hit your turbo and take off before a building like falls and blocks you off when you crash.
Huh.
It's like that chaotic. Things are just coming down all over the place, and it never feels repetitive. Like one of the split seconds problems was everybody thought it was repetitive, and it was, because the same thing happened every time that you did it. Where this is like, you don't have time to think like that.
Yeah,
Because it's actually moving.
it's a fast game.
Yeah.
And the online stuff, when that finally comes back, I mean, that's where a lot of the praise is going to come, with the XP and the leveling system and the betting, because you don't have to bet to win the race. I might bet 50 XP that I'm going to beat Kyle.
Yeah.
So if I do, I'll get those points regardless of how I compare to, Pete, who will probably destroy us,
Right.
which is really, really cool.
Yeah, they've done a lot to evolve the series. It's really neat. I love this game so much.
Yeah. We shall see.
It's a good arcadey racer. That's what it's for. But, yeah.
Carl,
So
do you play racing games, Kyle?
Nope.
Didn't think
not
so.
even arcadey ones?
Nah, not really.
Huh.
I play Mario Kart, that's about it. And even then, I don't really play that often.
Well,
Yeah.
while we're on the subject, though, we did get a Twitter question about racing games. So
A
we might as well-
question?
a question,
Good one.
if you will. So it's from Indifference, from the Game Enthused podcast.
Okay.
And he asked, Split Second or Blur, which do we prefer? Because both the developers are gone. They've been shut down. So, I don't know. We'll start out with Bill. Which do you prefer?
It's a tough call. I have a feeling that the online community for both games is gone. So if it was fresh, I'd say Blur, but since I have that feeling that community's dead, I'd say Split Second. I've had a little bit of fun playing it. I mean, it's kind of the old school where you just have a list of races that you can jump back and forth between and try over and over until you get first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Seems fun. I've had a good enough time playing it for the 3 or 4 hours that I did.
But there's no pixie wings.
There's no pixie wings. It doesn't have the sense of speed, but they do a lot of... There's some little cool things where, like, using your boost to open up shortcuts and tracks.
Yeah, but I think what Pete said, he played it more than I did online, but isn't like what killed Split Second's online communities that you can buy the faster cars and all this other shit?
I don't know. It's quite possible.
Yeah, there's something like that, but I'm not even going to ask Carl.
Yeah, I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care.
Carl says buy Minecraft.
He's a communist, but no, I think I would have to go with Motorstorm to answer that.
Yeah, I was waiting for the real answer.
Yeah, I didn't care for... I loved... At PAX East last year, I loved Split Second. It was amazing, and when I got it, it was so-so. Blur, I was in the beta, and while it had that kind of Mario Kart feel to it, where you're using weapons on everybody, kind of like Twisted Metal, I guess, in a way, I don't know. It just neither of them appealed to me that much. So
Well, they
I'm gonna go.
rebalanced a bunch of stuff from the blurred beta.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
when
I'm
I
not.
got the actual game, it was all jacked up. All of the powers were weakened, and the cars didn't like take the turns as well anymore. And it just, I don't know what they were thinking with that one.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just gonna go with Motorstorm. That's my answer.
Yeah, that's the best answer.
So, but thank you for the question, Indifference.
Yes, send more.
Other than that, I played Mortal Kombat.
Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not a technical fighter like Street Fighter, and you know, so I've shit on it a lot in some degree because of that, and that's kind of unfair because I shouldn't be putting that on it. Yeah, it's not meant to be a technical fighter. But at some degree too, like everybody keeps saying how the fatalities look so amazing and all this other stuff, but I think it's weird for me to say, especially, but I think I've grown out of it. Like that stuff just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I don't care about watching somebody get sliced in half.
Don't you?
I think I've become desensitized. You watch too many videos of a horse raping a man, and you can't go back.
Yeah.
Why?
No, it's a cool game though. I did because we were on Skype with James and Pete and Mike the other weekend, and they were playing through the story mode. So I decided I was gonna do it too. And what everybody said is pretty much right. It plays out just like the first Mortal Kombat movie, which is kind of hilarious. It's so cheesy,
really?
but yeah, it's so cheesy, but it's so good at the same point.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah. And you don't get to pick which fighter you're using, which was a little bit of a letdown to me. But so like you do 4 chapters with say Sonya Blade, and then 4 chapters with Johnny Cage and so forth. And that's actually a good way to get you to learn each character. So you're getting a shitty movie out of it while learning how to play each character, and that's pretty neat.
Carl, you don't have any interest in this?
Nope. Street Fighter has won my heart. I don't care for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I tell you what, it is kind of a weird feeling playing Street Fighter and going to Mortal Kombat because I'm trying to do like all these rotation moves and everything like that. When that doesn't work with Mortal Kombat, like each move is like back, forward. So, but it's cool for what it is. It's a good looking game. I'm glad they went back to like the Mortal Kombat 2 style, kind of like how I was glad that Super Street Fighter 4 went back to Street Fighter 2. So, good on them. It's a good game. It's not going to hold my attention for long though. So,
I want the PSN to be back on. I want to play Street Fighter against folk.
yeah. So that pretty much wraps it up for me. We do have one more Twitter question. Kyle, why don't you read that off?
Let me get over to there. Burp-a-doop. Burp, burp. There we go. This is from Paul. How devastated is either one of you by the delay of Mass Effect 3? Ah, shit. Is game news. Never mind.
Yeah. So we don't read game news. And Carl and I didn't know that Mass Effect 3 was delayed.
Yeah, so while I'm saddened by the delay of Mass Effect 3, I am happy that it will be further improved. So it is a more refined Mass Effect.
Yeah. Bill, what do you think?
I just hope that they don't take the Dragon Age 2 route. I don't really care. There's enough games coming out in the fall. I just don't completely delude what makes that game great.
I played Dragon Age 2 as well. Not good.
Dragon Age 2 wasn't good?
No.
It could have been good, but it's not.
It's so boring.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dragon Age 1 was kind of boring.
No, I heard that Dragon Age 1 was boring, and I loved the fantasy setting, so I thought that I was actually going to really love this. No, it is bad. The combat's neat at times.
Well, you're just... Yeah, they just made a lot of odd choices. I mean, I think my 15 or 16 hours spent running around the city, that's enough for me. It's the same thing. Same, like, when you go on missions, Kyle, they're the same dungeon. Like, the same layout, same broken bridge, same everything.
Well, that's how they sort of were in Dragon Age 1.
No. Dragon Age 1, you had different areas of the country, and there was forests, and there was the mines. There's none of that. You're in a city the entire time, and you sometimes go right outside of it to the same area. It's not even a small gripe. It's just it's even though the story's slightly different, it's doing the same thing over and over and over. Yeah.
And I don't care about Mass Effect 3 being delayed.
Yeah. How far did you make it in Mass Effect 2?
I got the assassin.
That could be anything. It's all...
I think I had like 5 people I picked up.
The assassin's so cool, though. You didn't like his character?
I don't remember it at this point.
He has space pneumonia.
I went pretty far with it, actually. I think I got like 5 characters picked up. It was neat. I might go back to it.
Who was in your party?
Fuck if I remember.
Was it Space Kanye West?
Who? Oh, the black dude? No, I didn't. I used him.
Jacob.
Yeah.
No, I didn't use Jacob. I used what's her name? Big Tits.
The girl from no, not Ed.
Well,
the Aussie girl.
I used the chick with the big tits.
Miranda? No.
Yeah.
Is it Miranda? Something
Yes.
like that.
And sometimes I used, what was her name? Jack.
Oh yeah, Jack.
And sometimes I used the lizard guy. What was it? Geth.
No, that's the assassin. The lizard guy's
Yeah,
awesome.
his name was Krell or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should talk to him. He's cool
He
as
has
shit.
space pneumoninia.
I remember I really loved the scientist.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is the best character.
When he slips out that he gave the ship an STD, that may be my favorite moment of this entire generation. Very curious, very curious.
No, that's when he's talking about the STD that's only passed around by like Varen, like the weird mutant dog things.
What? I thought he was implying that he had been spreading it around.
No, there's one he's like so many requests about like an STD only associated with Varen. Very disturbing.
Huh. Either way, I love that guy.
I think I like Bill's story better.
Yeah.
I only played it that one time, and he mentions it so quick. I guess I just picked up on it that he had implied that it was only, yeah.
He's just fucking everybody on the ship.
Well, that's what I thought he was meaning, like, I'm a whore. Very curious. Oh, well, I was completely wrong, but I'm gonna continue remembering it my way.
I just gave everybody space crabs. Very curious.
He's a good character, though.
Yeah.
The shitty part is that on my good playthrough, I accidentally killed him.
How do you accidentally kill him?
I sent him off in the end when I shouldn't have. Oh well.
I don't get why everybody had such a problem with that ending. It made sense if you stopped for a second to think about it.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's
All
why
right.
all my people survived.
Enough of Mass Effect. Ugh. Rubbish. And, so Kyle, why don't you tell them how they can get in contact with us if they so choose?
All right, there's a few ways. Like Paul and Indifference contacted us. You can do it via Twitter. You can speak to @Nasro or @KRDumond, Josh and myself respectively, or the podcast @Critical Strike, or you can send a message to Billy @BillyBillBlack.
Yep.
Our voicemail number, should you choose to call us, we like calls, is 909-C-STRIKE or 909-278-7453. There's our email, which is cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And, you can also check out Platform Nation for many other great podcasts like For Your FYI, which, Mr. Billy's from.
Yes, he is. You should
Well.
listen to it.
Why don't you plug your shit, Bill, like how they can get in contact and listen to you?
Well, he said my name on Twitter, or you can hit up, what is it, For Your Pete Dodd,
Yeah,
which is great on Twitter.
FYI.com.
Mm-hmm. And then I think FYI feedback is our Gmail address. Or head over to Platform Nation and you can find plenty of stuff there.
You can go to Platform Nation and find the PS Nerds logo on the forum still.
Is it still in... Well, no one uses those forums, do they?
I don't know, but it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty great, actually. Well, I just finally fixed the iTunes feed not too long ago, so can't say too much.
Yeah, that was great too. I'm sitting there, I downloaded the episode one day, and it's for your FYI, and then next thing I know, it's PS Nerds, and your
Yeah.
logo's back.
I don't know how that... You have the logo? Mine doesn't It doesn't even show up on my computer.
Well, that's because you guys don't insert the the art into the MP3.
Oh. That seems way too complicated, Josh.
No, it isn't.
It's when you
Clearly
create
it
it. It
is.
gives you all the options.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly it is.
Even I know that.
I'm anxious for a Kyle editing job. I would like to do that.
I'm just gonna edit in like random laser sound.
Well, that's what I want to hear.
So Coyote put in the Wilhelm scream in there.
Or just a bunch of little Minecraft clicks and noises.
Yeah, just me talking to myself while playing Minecraft.
Damn you, Carl! Why'd you go so deep? You hit lava.
Again, you dug too deep and too greedily.
Don't go quoting fucking Lord of the Rings on the podcast.
Shut your whore mouth, Josh.
Ah.
I keep half expecting that, like a Balrog to just like emerge from the lava.
God, that would be awesome.
It would.
Oh, well, we saw the lightning creeper the other night. That was
Really?
amazing.
What the hell does that mean?
You know how there's weather in the game now?
Sure.
Occasionally you get a thunderstorm, and we saw a bolt of lightning hit a creeper, and it turns it into a lightning creeper.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's really dangerous. It killed Pete. So anyways, that's how you can get in contact with us. Check out Platform Nation, blah, blah, blah. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Thanks
Goodbye,
for coming
people.
on, Bill.
Sweet.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
Bye.
So who's doing the intro? I forgot.
Intro.
Yeah, remember.
Welcome to Critical Strike, episode
Wait.
74, where we plan on talking about shit and shitting.
But it's 73. I don't know. Was that the actual intro, or were you just doing an example?
No, I'm just screwing
Oh, okay.
around. We're not.
I got distracted because
Yeah.
Josh wrote all the stuff in the Google Docs wrong. Apparently, I'm fag. I love to suck the penis, and I can't correctly do an intro du monde.
Yeah, we really don't.
There we go.
I love that you have to phonetically sound out your name.
Sound it out. Use your words. Kyle.
You know, Kyle, every minute you fuck around with this is one more minute he has to hold that storm of shit sitting in his mouth.
I'm upside down right now, Kyle, just so you know. Gravity is working in my body to keep me from shitting.
Well, maybe that's what I want. Maybe I just want, like, it to erupt from your bowels like some sort of fountain. Or
Oh,
like
yeah,
a Tub Girl-esque
that's
thing going on there.